10 Celebs Who Dissed Ryan Reynolds.
I did a film with an absolute idiot of a I think I was so vulnerable and comfortable.
What do an action superstar, a legendary Bollywood icon, and the mastermind behind a beloved holiday film have in common? They all have a serious bone to pick with Ryan Reynolds. While he's often seen as Hollywood's golden boy, not everyone is buying the charm. From accusations of arrogance to claims of outright rudeness, these 10 celebrities didn't hold back when calling him out. Get ready to dive into the most brutal takedowns of Reynolds as we uncover who slammed him and the shocking words they used.
Great. Why? What have you heard?
Ryan Reynolds, born on October 23, 1976 in Vancouver, British Columbia, is a Canadian-American actor, producer, and entrepreneur renowned for his charismatic and quick-witted on-screen presence. He began his acting career in the early 1990s with roles in television series such as Hillside and Two Guys and a Girl. Reynolds gained widespread recognition for his portrayal of the Marvel anti-hero Deadpool, a role that showcased his comedic talent and propelled him to international fame. Beyond acting, he has ventured into business, holding ownership stakes in companies like Mint Mobile and co-owning the Welsh football club Wrexham, as documented in the series Welcome to Wrexham. Reynolds is also known for his philanthropic efforts, including his annual holiday videos supporting the Sick Kids Foundation. While Ryan Reynolds enjoys considerable popularity, his career hasn't been without its share of interpersonal challenges. Several celebrities have publicly voiced criticisms or expressed friction with the actor, stemming from on-set disagreements or broader public differences. These instances offer a glimpse into the complexities of Hollywood relationships and the occasional clashes that can occur even among its most prominent figures. First, Rebecca Ferguson.
I did a film with an absolute idiot of a I think I was so vulnerable and comfortable.
Rebecca Ferguson once endured such severe mistreatment during a film project that she felt compelled to disclose the distressing behavior of a fellow actor on set. Although she refrained from naming the individual, she detailed the harrowing ordeal she experienced. In an interview, she recounted working with an absolute idiot of a co-star who, due to insecurity and frustration over their own performance, directed anger towards her. Ferguson described feeling exceptionally vulnerable and uncomfortable, culminating in being screamed at. As this person held the top position on the call sheet, she found herself without support, stating, "There was no safety net for me, so no one had my back." Despite her fear of this influential Hollywood figure, Ferguson mustered the courage to confront them. She recalled approaching the individual the following day, asserting, "You get off my set." This marked the first time she had ever spoken up in such a manner, despite her palpable fear. She further expressed her determination by stating, "You can off. I'm going to work towards a tennis ball. I never want to see you again." Following her revelations, Ferguson received concerned calls from former co-stars, anxious about potential assumptions regarding their involvement. She addressed these concerns by emphasizing that her story was her own, and that those who had treated her well had no reason to worry. Additionally, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, with whom she worked on the 2014 film Hercules, publicly supported her. He expressed his dismay upon hearing about her experience and praised her for standing up against such behavior. Johnson described Ferguson as his guardian angel sent from heaven during their time on set, and expressed a desire to identify the individual responsible for her distress. Determined to assert herself, she proposed an alternative solution. "But the person can turn around and I can act to the backhead." This suggestion implied that she could perform her scenes with the co-stars back to the camera, minimizing interaction. Her remarks have sparked widespread speculation about the identity of the co-star, especially since she described them as a prominent figure. Many believe the incident occurred during the filming of Life, where Ferguson starred alongside Ryan Reynolds and Jake Gyllenhaal. The film's extensive use of CGI could have facilitated the workaround she mentioned. Recent developments have intensified these speculations, particularly focusing on Reynolds. Reports have surfaced about legal issues involving Reynolds, including lawsuits related to his wife, Blake Lively, and actor Justin Baldoni. These controversies have led some to reconsider Reynolds' on-set behavior. During the promotion of Life, Ferguson often appeared without her leading co-stars, further fueling rumors that the incident took place on that set. It's important to note that this isn't the first time someone has been cautious about mentioning Ryan's name in such contexts. The ongoing legal battle between Blake Lively and Justin Baldoni has also drawn Ryan into the spotlight, with allegations and counterclaims adding complexity to the situation. These developments have fueled further speculation about Rebecca's past experiences on set. It's even more startling to learn that Rebecca isn't the only one from that set with issues regarding Ryan. Jake Gyllenhaal, once his friend, has also distanced himself. When asked about reconciling with Ryan, Jake hesitated, indicating a past closeness. Well, I mean, in truth, there was a time in which we were...
Well, I mean, in truth, there was a time in which we were.
It seems Ryan may have committed an act Jake finds unforgivable, as he curtly stated, "I have nothing to say to him." Jake's final expression conveyed his deep-seated feelings toward Ryan. Love this video? Show some love with a like and a subscribe. Hate it? A like would still be awesome, and your feedback in the comments will help me improve. 2. Morena Baccarin. Morena Baccarin, who portrayed Vanessa Carlyle in the Deadpool series, experienced notable changes in her role throughout the franchise. In the original Deadpool film, her character was central to the storyline, serving as Wade Wilson's, Ryan Reynolds' play, primary love interest. However, in subsequent installments, her screen time diminished significantly. One aspect contributing to Baccarin's discomfort during filming was the nature of intimate scenes with Reynolds. She candidly described these experiences as challenging, not due to personal issues with Reynolds, but because of the physical constraints posed by his character's costume. Baccarin noted that kissing Reynolds felt like kissing a giant latex condom, highlighting the unglamorous reality of such scenes. Regarding her reduced presence in later films, there has been speculation about potential disagreements between Baccarin and Reynolds. Some reports suggest that Baccarin was intentionally excluded from promotional events and press activities related to the franchise, possibly due to on-set conflicts. However, concrete evidence supporting these claims remains limited, and neither party has publicly addressed these rumors in detail. In a broader context, parallels have been drawn between this situation and the disputes between Blake Lively and Justin Baldoni during the production of It Ends With Us. Lively accused Baldoni of creating a hostile work environment, leading to legal battles and public scrutiny. 3. Sammy Giancola and Dina Cortese. Sammy's sweetheart Giancola and Dina Cortese, known from the reality show Jersey Shore, have recounted an unfavorable encounter with actor Ryan Reynolds during an appearance on Watch What Happens Live with Andy Cohen. In August 2023, the duo was asked about their rudest celebrity experience. Initially hesitant, Giancola revealed, "Me and Dina encountered a rude celebrity once, but we don't want to say who it is." Cortese added, "I love him. I truly love him. I love his wife."
Me and Dina encountered a rude celebrity once, and we don't want to say who.
Eventually, they disclosed that the celebrity in question was Ryan Reynolds. Cortese elaborated, "Ryan Reynolds was not great to us. He didn't want to be by us." Giancola suggested, "Maybe he had a bad day." This wasn't the first time the pair discussed this incident. In a 2015 episode of their podcast, Just Saying, Giancola and Cortese recounted attending an interview for Live with Kelly and Michael, where Reynolds was also a guest. As fans of Reynolds, they hoped to take a photo with him. Their publicist approached his team, but they were informed he had a flight to catch. Despite waiting and attempting to catch his attention, Reynolds reportedly avoided interaction, walking past them without acknowledgement. While both Giancola and Cortese expressed disappointment, they also acknowledged their continued admiration for Reynolds and his wife, Blake Lively. Cortese emphasized, "I love Ryan Reynolds. I truly love Ryan Reynolds still, and I love Blake Lively." These accounts highlight that even brief interactions can leave lasting impressions, underscoring the impact of celebrity conduct during public engagements. Because YouTube will prioritize interactive videos, please comment "okay" if you find this video interesting. Thank you. Fourth, T.J. Miller.
I think that Ryan Reynolds, with me, or even just...
And the list of those who've publicly called out Ryan Reynolds for perceived insecurities doesn't end there. T.J. Miller, known for his role as Weasel in the Deadpool films, has been particularly vocal. Miller revealed his departure from the franchise stemmed directly from his interactions with Reynolds, going so far as to say he wouldn't return for Deadpool 3 even for double his previous salary. He stated definitively that he'd never work with Reynolds again, citing a profoundly negative experience on set. Miller recounts a specific incident during filming that left him deeply disturbed. He describes a moment where Reynolds, seemingly unprompted, subjected him to what Miller perceived as a targeted and unnecessarily cruel barrage of insults while still in character. Really weird moment on Deadpool where he said, "Let's do one more take." And everyone was like, "Okay." And I was like, "Yeah, I'm fine." And then, as the character, he was like horrifically mean to me. To me. As if I'm Weasel.
He was like horrifically mean to me, but to me.
Miller is convinced that Reynolds' behavior wasn't playful banter or simple jesting. He believes Reynolds was intentionally putting him down to assert dominance. He recalled Ryan saying, so he was like, "You know what's great about you, Weasel? You're not the star, but you just, you do just enough exposition that is funny, and then we can leave and get back to the real movie." Miller struggled to find a logical explanation for Reynolds' alleged rudeness, suggesting it stemmed from Reynolds' own insecurities. The incident, in Miller's view, was a pointed reminder of Reynolds' greater success and prominence. Notably, Miller isn't alone in suggesting Reynolds struggles with insecurity. The sentiment has also been echoed by some of his former partners.
So he was like, "You know what's great about you, Weasel? You're not the star, but you..."
Tim Miller revealed that Reynolds' deep-seated desire to control the direction of the Deadpool films ultimately led to his departure. He explained, "It became clear that Ryan wanted to be in control of the franchise. You can successfully work that way as a director, but I can't. I don't mind having a debate, but if I can't win, I don't want to play. And I don't think you can negotiate every creative decision. There's too much to make." As the face of the franchise, Reynolds held significant leverage, which, according to Tim Miller, he used to push the director out when creative compromises couldn't be reached. Quentin Tarantino. Quentin Tarantino, the acclaimed director known for his candid opinions, has expressed reservations about collaborating with Ryan Reynolds, particularly criticizing the nature of Reynolds' projects with streaming platforms. In a 2023 interview, Tarantino highlighted the disconnect he perceives between the financial success of Reynolds' films and their cultural impact. He remarked, "I mean, and I'm not picking on anybody, but apparently for Netflix, Ryan Reynolds has made $50 million on this movie, and $50 million on that movie, and $50 million on the next movie for them. I don't know what any of those movies are. I've never seen them. Have you?" Tarantino further commented on the seeming absence of these films from the cultural zeitgeist, stating, "It's almost like they don't even exist." Reynolds has collaborated with streaming giants, notably starring in Netflix productions such as Six Underground, Red Notice, and The Adam Project. Despite their commercial success on the platform, Tarantino suggests that these films lack lasting cultural significance. This critique aligns with his broader skepticism towards streaming exclusive releases, which he believes often fail to make a meaningful impact on the broader cinematic landscape. Tarantino's perspective underscores a broader debate within the film industry regarding the influence of streaming platforms on traditional filmmaking and the enduring cultural relevance of films released directly to these services. 6. Chris Columbus. The reasons behind Tarantino's apparent animosity towards Reynolds become even more intriguing when considering another incident involving the classic film Home Alone. Chris Columbus, the original director of the beloved holiday movie, reportedly became incensed with Reynolds' proposal for a reboot. While Columbus might have been open to the idea of a reboot in principle, he vehemently opposed the specific concept Reynolds pitched: a film titled Stoned Alone. This reimagining was said to center on a 20-something, marijuana-growing slacker who misses his flight for a holiday ski trip. The narrative would then mirror the original, with thieves breaking into his home. Columbus considered this concept to be disrespectful and dismissed it as rubbish. He expressed his disapproval, stating, "The reboots are just silly to me. When I read about something called Stoned Alone they were going to do with Ryan, it was an R-rated Home Alone movie about stoners. I thought to myself, this is just an insult to the art of cinema." Columbus essentially told Reynolds to abandon the idea, suggesting that even the proposed title alone was disrespectful to the original film. Similar to Tarantino's assertion that Ryan Reynolds movies don't exist due to their perceived lack of quality, another celebrity has subtly criticized Reynolds' filmography. Gerard Butler appeared to throw shade at Reynolds when his film Gamer was compared to Reynolds' Free Guy. Both films share a similar premise, revolving around virtual reality video games. When asked about the similarities between the two movies, Butler feigned ignorance, stating, "I don't know what Free Guy is." Upon being informed by the interviewer that Free Guy was a Ryan Reynolds film, Butler replied that he doesn't watch Ryan Reynolds films. This response can be interpreted as a deliberate slight, echoing the sentiments of several other celebrities who have taken subtle digs at the actor. Siedma Kangana Renaut. In anticipation of the 2021 release of Free Guy, Ryan Reynolds engaged in targeted promotional efforts to appeal to the Indian audience. In a lighthearted video, he drew parallels between the film's elements and typical Bollywood features, mentioning a romantic lead, an out-of-his-league heroine, a formidable villain, intense action sequences, and dance numbers. He humorously remarked, "If you're wondering whether Hollywood is just mimicking Bollywood, well, the answer is yes. We have no shame at all." However, Indian actress and politician Kangana Ranaut did not appreciate this jest. Sharing a news headline featuring Reynolds' comment on her Instagram story, she added, "And trying to steal our screens." This reaction aligned with her earlier statements expressing concern over Hollywood's growing influence on Indian cinema. At a press conference, she emphasized the need to prioritize local films, stating, "We need to discourage American and English movies as they are taking over our screens. We need to enjoy our own films first, be it Malayalam, Tamil, Telugu, or Punjabi." If you like this video, please leave a number 9 in the comments below. 8. Scarlett Johansson. Beyond the professional arena, whispers of Reynolds' controlling tendencies and insecurities have also surfaced concerning his romantic relationships. His marriage to Scarlett Johansson, which lasted from 2008 to 2011, provides a notable example. The pair began dating in 2007, becoming engaged after roughly a year and tying the knot in 2008. Speculation suggests that their marriage began to falter as Johansson's career trajectory soared, with major roles in projects like Iron Man 2 and The Avengers landing between 2009 and 2011. This timeline becomes particularly relevant when considering Johansson's post-divorce comments. Since their split, Johansson has alluded to numerous issues within their marriage, with jealousy and insecurity consistently emerging as key themes. She has stated, "I don't like jealous behavior. I don't mind an occasional check-in, but when somebody is passive-aggressively jealous, it's unattractive because it shows a sort of insecurity. Oh, controlling behavior is awful. Nobody's going to say they love that." Given Reynolds' alleged penchant for control, as demonstrated in the Deadpool situation, Johansson's remarks suggest a similar dynamic may have been at play in their marriage. She implied that his need for control wasn't endearing. Considering Johansson's burgeoning success with Marvel Studios at a time when Reynolds' career was experiencing a lull, it's understandable why she concluded that her own professional achievements contributed to the breakdown of their marriage. The logistics of being with another actor are challenging. There has to be a real understanding of how you share your time, especially when two people's careers are going at the same rate. Even if one person is more successful than the other, that also proves challenging. There may be a competitive thing. In subsequent comments, Johansson has further criticized Reynolds' alleged insecurities, suggesting that dating an actor can be tumultuous, seemingly hinting that Reynolds made the experience particularly difficult for her. She acknowledged that a disparity in success is often inevitable in a marriage, but implied that Reynolds struggled with the prospect of being the less successful partner. Johansson drew a parallel between the feeling of rejection experienced by actors when they're unsuccessful and the feeling of being unwanted within a relationship. Adding another layer of complexity to the end of Reynolds' marriage to Johansson, rumors have swirled around the possibility of a connection with Blake Lively during the filming of Green Lantern. Reynolds and Lively reportedly exhibited strong chemistry on set, even while Reynolds was still married. It's said their connection became increasingly apparent, culminating in a relationship after both had separated from their respective partners. The narrative suggests that Reynolds, already feeling a loss of control in his marriage to Johansson due to his own perceived insecurities, found an unhealthy and destructive connection with Lively, ultimately contributing to the demise of his relationship with Johansson. Before his relationship with Johansson, Reynolds was in a long-term relationship with singer Alanis Morissette. They began dating in 2002 and became engaged in 2004, but sadly, after 6 years together, they called off their wedding. As a singer-songwriter, Morissette channeled her pain and experiences with Reynolds into her music. She openly acknowledged that their split served as inspiration for her album, Flavors of Entanglement. One poignant lyric reads, "If I just say it's true, I'm unbelievably insecure, really broken, devastated, then I can move through it." The repeated emergence of the word insecure in the accounts of Reynolds' former partners is striking. Given his track record, the frequency of these accusations suggests a pattern that is difficult to dismiss. So, while Ryan Reynolds might be a box office draw and social media darling, it seems not everyone in Hollywood has fallen for his charm. And with the recent controversy surrounding his involvement in link to information about the scandal involving Ryan Reynolds and Blake Lively, e.g. a reputable news source discussing the Justin Baldoni lawsuit, it begs the question, is the image we see carefully constructed, or is there more to the story than we know? Only time will tell if these dissenting voices will fade, or if they'll continue to chip away at the golden veneer surrounding this Hollywood icon.